Oh, that must
If
be.
it's better on the table, that's fine. We just have it.
Oh, well, I drink out of this.
And then we're just waiting for her. And then we're all good.
You know, you said.
Fall off the wagon.
Right.
What y'all get?
I'm not alcoholic. Something that I don't believe.
They say non-alcoholic.
It's not alcoholic.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live and so are your mics. All right.
Sounds nice. Check one.
They are live. Mm-hmm.
So if I could just
Check.
have,
Check one, check.
if I could just have you put your lemons inside your tea glass, and if you just want to tuck your menus for us, grab your napkins and lay them in your lap, and then our fine gentlemen are going to collect your plates so they can start serving your salads.
There. Okay.
Check 1, 2.
Look at you.
Check one, two.
If there is a microphone near you, if you could just, yeah, that's sweet.
Microphone check.
Yes,
It's
yes,
like it's on.
Two.
yes,
All right.
yes, get
Pass over your plates around. There you go.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you pass the next page, man?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Chris. for bringing it up. I know we didn't force it. Oh, wait too. So what?
They're gonna catch all the beginning of that. That's our main track.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Happy Father's Day.
Absolutely.
Honest.
Absolutely.
This is the bottle.
The Bible definitely said after he gave thanks, he drank it. I hope this ain't the last.
It's 12 of us.
I see what you did there.
Oh, my.
All right, so we're gonna do a pass the peas with our appetizer. Mom Zakia, a couple of you were
Ma'am, do
here.
you
so
mind
I'm
you
gonna
saying
do
that into our microphone? That would be so awesome.
Okay.
Thank you so much. We are live. Thank you so much. Yes, yes, they ready.
Hey, everybody, it's Campbell here. All right, so we are going to start with our appetizer. If Campbell's gonna pass those around, and Miss Zakia from Vegan Soul is going to explain your appetizer for tonight.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I know everybody's doing good. Y'all look good too. I'm Chef Mama Zakia, proud owner of Vegan Soul, and today we have a unique appetizer for you. How many of you have seen chives? Yeah, it's just kind of seen everywhere. And at a certain point in the year, like right now, you see that purple flower on top? Did you know those flowers are edible? You're about to find out today, because for our appetizer today, we have, there's it fritters, not just fritters, but chive fritters. Okay, so enjoy, and the sauce that you have next to you is just a dipping sauce. It might have a little bit of kick to it, but not too spicy. Any questions? I'll be happy to answer.
Thank you, Mama Zakia.
Thank you.
Just waiting on our time.
What up, family? It's your girl, JustPatrice, live with JustPatrice. BlowRadio.com is officially in the building. I want to thank you all for hanging out with us. Welcome to something new, something old, something borrowed, and something new. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to Chef Campbell's plural for having this beautiful dinner and experience with these fabulous couples. Want to give a special thank you to my amazing co-host. Where did they go? They grab the mic, Mama, ma'am. Mama, ma'am, yes. Okay. Yes, please. And thank you. The goddess of the Midwest is in the building. Shout out to her. Come on, do it.
Goddess of the Midwest, baby.
What I'm talking about. We are going to be here to have some good time, great conversation. There are 5 microphones posted throughout you all. I invite you to get comfortable there. Some of the audio will be picked up because it's not a unidirectional mic. It will be picked up, but when you're talking, I encourage you to grab the microphone and speak comfortably as you all will be. I know you're gonna be eating, talk. Okay. That's what we're here. We're here to pod. We got permission today. Yes, ma'am. We are here to pod. We are here to talk a little bit about being entrepreneurs and with your life partners, your spouses, and I don't know. Some people could never. Thank you. Some people couldn't imagine working with someone all day and then going home to them all evening and then waking up to them, and the cycle continues over. We're talking about decades. There's decades of love at this table, and we want to make sure that we honor that in every capacity. There are plenty of people that are going to be commenting. Want to make sure that I got the screen up. If you want to make sure you see people engaging. Crystal Ship is in the building. I see you, Ship. Hey. Anybody else that is logging in, make sure you say hello. We'll say hi to you back, and we'll continue the conversation. It's going to be some goodness happening. I can't wait to find out everything that there is to eat and drink. I know, I'm hungry. Y'all not hungry? Eat it. Tell me. Very good. Very good. She said good. Very good. How are the fritters?
Really good. Good.
Really good. Somebody else give me something that sounds really good.
I rock with them.
Thank you. You rock with them. I like it. You scared? Okay. It's good. Come on now. You trying to dip the sauce a little bit? Yeah, grab it. It's there. And there's plenty core for you, sis. Plenty core. You can pick it up. Yes, have it. Yes, ma'am.
Although it's an actual flower, it does not have like that floral, earthy taste to it. The batter is very light and airy. There is a good crunchiness to it. And the dipping sauce is a great compliment. In other words, it's good.
It's good. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I already set it up for the no. Can you tell us a little bit about the cocktail that everyone that has?
Yeah, that would be a great description for Angel. Inspired by it.
So it's a bourbon cocktail.
Okay.
A bourbon cocktail with the ideal of old Southern sweet tea on the porch. But we sophisticated it out with a little basil scrub, right? And rhubarb syrup. Rhubarb syrup. Yeah, so you get the basil shrub is actually red vinegar, not red vinegar. I'm sorry, apple cider vinegar made into it. So and it's made locally here in Wisconsin.
How many can we have?
Till you fall out. If you want
I mean, listen. Yes, listen. My mouth is watering. Come on now. First Well, let's just show some love for this table set.
Yeah.
Man, this is amazing. It's a fire.
Wow.
Really, I feel adult like this some extra grown people stuff. I can
Like fire and desire.
This is the stuff that I was. You gonna say? You gonna say?
I feel real up. I feel real up and
What I used to do.
That's what I'm talking about.
So who gonna break down my drink? Who gonna break down my drink?
Let's okay, tell me about the cocktail you have. Let's get it together now. Why does it smell so amazing?
Just read the label.
That's your, just read the label. Come on, give me some love on the label.
We have Ritual Zero Proof, aperitif. How you pronounce that?
Aperitif.
Aperitif is an extra I in there. Okay, but it's an alternative. Charred grapefruit, chamomile flower, rose petals, garden angelica, and Spanish anise.
Oh. All the people who looking for the spirit is like, wait a minute, I need to have a little bit of for that too. You know, spiky with the other.
That's right.
First of all,
Not good. You like it, don't need no help.
Indeed. So, Chef, hi, how are you?
I'm good.
That is wonderful. So we're here at your behest, and your husband got together and created this magnificent display of love for us. I know it's very intricate, but it's intricate for a reason. Okay. And I was hoping, because I feel like it's very picturesque, and very shortly we're not gonna have the picturesque because we about to get down. I was hoping that you could take a moment to just even explain to the audience and to our guests the details of that you took of the love that you took to piece it together.
Awesome. Which one?
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pardon my reach.
Yeah, you can actually take it off the stand if you like.
Okay.
Mhm.
Y'all hear me all right over there?
No, put it in, please.
All right, so we do, let's start with our money trees, because that's what being in a marriage and being entrepreneurship is definitely about, is stability, right? So we have our money trees, and then plants, because we all are rooted in what it is that we do. Black, just because if you know Campbell, you know she is all about black excellence, black foundation, black support, all the things, right? We have a lighted flame because we want to keep the flame in our marriage going. So we have continuous flame throughout the table. We have our citrus and some vibrant colors because we want to keep the vibrancy as we grow throughout our relationships. And then, of course, we're going to turn up when it's time. So we have some cocktails in the mix as well. And then everything that we do in life, we do over food, right?
That's
All right, so that's what's going on today.
Let's break bread.
All right, let's break bread, y'all.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you.
How y'all feel? Beautiful. I don't know what you want me to say, but I'm just
Everything.
asking everybody how they doing. I'm gonna ask you again in 5 minutes when you drink the street, so let's do some introductions.
Yeah.
We'll just, I like to start on the left hand.
If you could just bring the microphone to you, that would be awesome. And don't be scared of. You can take it off the stand, that'd be awesome too. It's plenty cord. It's plenty cord.
How y'all doing? Good. I'm Chef Campbell, a husband of Anomalous. I'm a chef here in the city. Do extravagant dinners and small parties, as y'all can see.
And big ones too.
And big ones.
And he said that big one too.
I am Christopher Wild, co-owner of KRS here in Jacksonville. I'm here with my lovely wife. I've been doing here now for 3 decades. It is truly an honor and a blessing to be here with such a love and family and friends. It's an amazing day.
So I feel like you left a couple things out. But I'm Kimberly Carver Wilder, spouse to Mr. Wilder. And we do co-own KRS Hair and Wax Studio, 2 locations. as well as KRS Investment Properties, as well as Famous Cocktail Lounge. It took us a long time to get all that shit. So, I'm super blessed to be here, and I feel like a celebrity at this beautiful table with these beautiful people. It's a blessing.
Hey y'all, hey.
Hey.
I am Tycie. I am here with Kamar. Just grateful to be here. We are the owners of House of Vitality and Nature's Nature, and now we have Real OG. And that's something new for us as well. And just grateful to be in this space to see all of these beautiful couples. Some that we know and some that we just met. And just grateful to be here. Grateful for your invitation. You know, I love you so much, and I'm grateful that you even thought about us to be in this space. And once again, I feel like a celebrity too, right? I feel good. This makes me feel like we are seen as a respectable couple in our community, and I'm grateful for that on so many levels.
Peace. I am the black woman lover, the black man's brother, the culture teacher, the ghetto witch doctor, the real OG. Hey, mama, there go the singles, man. Y'all better come on in. I'm trying to tell you, we own the House of Vitality, and I'm also the real OG. If you ask ChatGPT, it'll tell you I am the real OG, the social media presence. And I'm grateful for being here. I'm happy to see everybody here again. I'm pretty familiar with everybody, I think. But yeah, thank y'all.
I'm gonna top that. My name is Theo Carney. I own my own Cut and Carney's lawn service. I'm a teacher, coach, mentor to a lot of these kids out here in the community. I'm also married to the lovely Jamila Carney. Coming up 15 years now. Blessed. I'm delighted to be in everyone's presence. I feel like I'm at home. I'd like to thank Patrice and the chefs here for inviting us. And we're gonna have a good time. Yeah.
Don't worry about it, babe. I got it. This is Minister Jamila Carney. I don't belong to the church. I belong to the streets. You also may know me as Lady J. Janae about Tidington or your favorite yoga teacher. I am the chief movement artisan of Agape Yoga Street, where people are stretched beyond their perceived limits, whether it be physical, mental, spiritual, or emotional, to a place where inner organic growth matches the natural evolution of the world. Y'all can catch me outside. I don't belong to the church. I belong to the streets. That is just not a hashtag. I'm out here in these streets walking with people as we reconcile our relationships with the Creator. I am the momager of the Cut and Carneys. I am their answering service and their scheduling manager. The Cut and Carneys is not only Theo, but his two sons, or our two sons. And so if you all have any landscaping lawn services that you all need done, give me a call, because they need to make money, because they are expensive. I am delighted. Listen, this is my level of bougie, okay? So I am excited to explore this culinary creativity and have some conversations about being in business and in marriage, in the business of marriage and the marriage of business.
Come on. Yes, all of them. Yes.
So my name is Melissa Blue Muhammad. I often simply go by Blue, Sister Blue, Miss Blue. I'm the founder of Alamo, who design human experiences through wearable art, sound therapy, and Reiki. Just acquired a new location on King Drive a few months ago. We have our grand opening on June 24th, which is nine days from now.
Yeah.
That is the least of things. I am the wife of Brother Sean Gat Turner. We have collectively 9 children together. Our 3 that we have biologically together, a homeschool. So that takes up the bulk of my life. It's a beautiful thing. It's a journey. It's a learning experience. But even though he and we don't technically have a business together, he is my senior chief advisor. I run all my madness by him. And we thank God for that, because if y'all would know some of the stuff that I have in my mind that he thwarts before it gets out there. So I appreciate that. I'll pass the mic.
I got my own mic. All right, Assalamu alaikum family. It's just, if you're unfamiliar with that, just simply mean peace. And I just want to say I'm just honored to be in the presence of black opulence and excellence. Man, I feel like I should have dressed differently. So, you know, Sister Blue used to be my wife, but now I feel like I'm Sister Blue's husband. Out in these streets, she blowing up. But, you know, I'm the founder of Resurrection Services, where I do conflict resolution, community violence intervention, domestic violence. I've been working in the domestic field of domestic violence and interpersonal violence for about 28 calendars now. Yeah, so also spoken word artist, hip hop artist,
Yes,
I
sir.
also go
Yes,
by
sir.
the name Gat Muhammad. So, you know, but just honored to be here, honored to be in the presence of Black love, Black greatness, you know. And, you know, while I got some witnesses, I'm going to go ahead on and dive some more into the zero proof. They can't put me out the box and hit that zero proof. You know, also an assistant minister, student minister at Muhammad Mosque Group 3 in the Nation of Islam. So I just want to thank you all for inviting me. And, you know, it's just feel good to be in your presence.
Cheers to the new location over there on 9th and Burleigh.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget all the things. Don't forget nothing. It's covered. It's covered.
Hey y'all, hey, it's Anomalous. I am the wife to the one and only Inked Out Blake over there. Thank you all so much for coming. Of course, y'all know we own Anomaly Catering, Gastronomy Art Studio, and we work a lot with various organizations, helping them do abundance of things. We really appreciate all of you for joining us for this curated experience, and we hope that you have a good time tonight. What up, Facebook? How y'all doing out there? Other streaming sites that we are live on right now.
Oh, lovely. Put the pressure on.
Just a little bit.
So I'm Angela Smith from the Zen Dragonfly. I also own a spiritual boutique called The Offering. I am a spiritual doula, per se, a life coach, and I'm going to sound Jamaican. Life coach, Reiki master teacher, urban shaman, crystal healer, tarot reader, black urban bone reader.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Y'all got teacher. Y'all got teacher. Seamstress, hat maker, purse maker,
Yeah, man.
interior decorator.
I do a lot of things, and there's some other things that are coming. So if you ever want to stop by the shop or have a private session with me, I am at 302 North 34th Street in Milwaukee. So it is the Zen Dragonfly and the Offering. Again, I am the goddess of the Midwest, baby.
Man, I'm just looking at the table. Somebody make sure there's plenty of pictures done happening right now. This is for the magazine, I promise you. The people, it's for the magazine, and I'm telling you that if the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, the Milwaukee, what's the name of the Milwaukee? This Milwaukee, one more time. The Courier, and the Journal, the Times, JS Online, Shepherd Express. They need to see all of this. Essence. Come on, take us global, sis. I'm just saying, these type of experiences right here is what they miss. and they underestimate. I'm trying to not upset nobody.
Go
But they underestimate this type of excellence in our community, and I think that they need to see. And y'all don't have to toot your horns, because I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. When you sit at the table with this type of dopeness, when you sit at the table with when they talk about power couples, when you talk about excellence in entrepreneurship, business, and in family. These are prime examples right here. And I can say that because, as I was reminded earlier, I'm double decades in here with the majority of the people at this table.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So I've seen you come in. Oh my God, it's got chills. I've seen you come into yourselves and to watch you glowing like this across the city and to be sitting at the table in this capacity is just an honor for me. You know what I mean? And I know before my sisters them give me the look and be like, but you too though. I see, no, I see this. Yes, ma'am.
What you fail to say is that you helped a lot of people.
I
And get to the bit. So toot your own horn.
I received that. I received. As the owner of Calm Wellness Services and the owner of Calm Wellness Service Center for Integrated Healing, which is where we are right now. It is an honor to have you in the space. I hope that you have enjoyed the tour and that you see the space as something or some place that you would love to either bring your guests, send your guests, or to curate your own special events here in this space. I am excited about the work that I do personally. Beyond I'm coming into year 4 of service for myself, and I just can't imagine doing anything else. Like, this is better than what singing was to me. And that's big. If you know me, then you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Come on now. It feels so good. And to be sitting here, and I call her my sensei. You know what I'm saying? But to know that, all the things that, Angela helped me open some doors spiritually, and to be able to tap into who I am and what God is providing, allowing me to be, so I can be that for my guests, it's just amazing. And to, again, look around the room and be like, I see y'all, and I'm glad to be here. Like, folks be like, what? Hey, if you want to know a little bit more about the service that I offer, please visit the website at welcome, WELKALL.com. That's welcome. Like, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're all welcome, and we're all here. Listen, how pretty. Let me lean away. Y'all can sit. Am I supposed to finish the whole thing and anyway? No. Here's my fork. Okay, here's my fork, my knife. I will. So let's start on the farther end of the table. And there are 5 mics available. So y'all can ask, y'all can answer. We won't pick out people initially unless y'all not answer questions.
Okay. Question number 1.
Yes.
How long have you been married?
I've been married. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Just grab a mic.
We've been married in September will be 25 years married. And April made 30 years together.
Come on.
30 years.
Summer of 95.
Is that a song?
It sounds like a guy song or
Oh, no. We ain't told that story yet. We don't have the time. We don't know.
Not that anyway.
Well, there is a question of how did you meet? So, since you're here.
The short version,
Okay.
the very glossy version, is that we have some music. Short. That short gloss. Don't pull your face. Yeah. You don't go with that.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Oh, it's not that it's anyone else. Y'all all know that.
Yeah.
Theo and I have been married almost 15 years. July 10th, we will be 15 years old. We have been together for 17 years, and we met at Young Leaders Academy, now known as the Lola Road campus of Milwaukee College Prep. We also had a mutual friend. Shouts out to Quiana Polk. She is the reason why we are husband and wife. Quiana was a friend and co-worker of Theo who commissioned me to do some choreography for YLA's Academy Act. YLA used to have this talent show every year that was like revered by the city. And so it was super secretive because it was also a competition. So grade levels could win the grand prize. So I mean, whisking people in through the back doors. I mean, tape on the doors. Like it was very, very covert. And so Quiana had asked me to do some choreography for was it her eighth grade class? Her eighth grade girls, and it was a geisha inspired costume, but we did sorority style stepping. And so every day after school, I would come in and work with the girls, and there was this guy who was hanging out in the classroom that didn't belong in the classroom. And so week after week, day after day, the kids picked up on it before I did. So I was like, oh, Mr. Carney, why you always in here? We think you like our teacher, Miss Jamila. You like our dance teacher. And so so I used to do what the kids did. So if the kids was like, oh, Mr. Carney, get out of here, I was like, oh, Mr. Carney, get out. So one day, Quiana had her hair done, and I was like, "Oh, girl, your hair is flawless. Who is your hairdresser?" She was like, "You want her number?" I was like, "Yeah." And this voice behind me says, "Can I have your number?"
Oh.
And I turned around, and it was Mr. Carney. I gave him my number. We went out on a date. He ghosted me because he was in Vegas for a week. I texted him and was like, "So you just went to Vegas and fell in love with a Vegas showgirl?" He called me right away. And 17 years later, 4 children later, here we are.
And for the record, I was staying with my uncle.
He was down at the casino. Don't let him fool you.
I just want to take a quick minute and shout out El Renee for chiming in. Shout out to the dopest in marriage, she says. Shout out to Earl Henning for chiming in. Shout out to Teresa Lily. Hey, mama. For chiming in. She said 25 married, 30 together. Hey, the Wilders. Listen, it's going down. Anybody else like to answer that question and share their story? We need to get a little background. It's going down.
All right. So we will make 12 years in October.
Oh, yeah.
13 years. And we met at UWM. So
Not as students.
not as students. No, not as students. He was performing with there's a organization from Chicago called Hip Hop Detox. And they were putting on a detox at UWM in the Fireside Lounge. And so at this period in my life, I was inside.
You was inside.
All the way inside.
Okay.
And my good friend Lioness, shout out to Lioness, she was trying to get me to come down to this hip hop detox. I want to go. I let her convince me to go. So we came, and so I'm enjoying the show. And then this brother gets up, and you know, he comes and he's like, you know, I'd like to do everything in the name of Allah, you know, beneficent, merciful, all spiritual. And then he tells the DJ, says, now DJ, drop that shit. Oh, and so I'm like, what is that? And so I think I got a little bit of a thunderbolt then, but nothing really materialized. We ended up over the next couple of years being on the same stage together. I didn't mention it. I'm a spoken word artist, so we were at the same shows, Poetry Unplugged. People were booking us for the same thing. And he ended up asking me to do a verse on one of his albums. And so I wrote the verse and came to the studio to record it and then fell in love with him that day. Yeah, we did June 26th, July 26th, 2012.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I done messed the dates up. That's why.
Always.
Yep.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Want me to tell you?
Yep.
Because you probably don't even remember. You
Go on and tell it like it is. then.
Oh, women talk.
Yeah.
We know our role.
So, me and Kamar have been together for 4 years. We met at the Sherman Phoenix. Kamar was vending, and I was working inside of Control C when it was inside Sherman Phoenix. And he was also a customer. So we didn't really know each other, but he would just come, you know, and get some labels to keep it moving. But when I realized that he was vending at the Sherman Phoenix, I seen him one day, and honestly, I just approached him.
Tell them about my blue shirt.
I said,
Tell them about my blue shirt.
he had on a blue button up. It was a blue long sleeve button up with a collar. He just looked very handsome with it on. His head was shining, and I was closing up for the day. And so I was getting ready to leave the store. And I was just like, bye, Kamar. You know, he was bending on the side. And I don't know what it was, but I just turned around and gave him a hug. I'm not really big on hugging. I only hug people who I care about. So I gave him a hug. We exchanged phone numbers, and we just, you know, just got to know each other for about a year or so. We didn't, what?
Uh-oh, he going for the microphone. Going for the microphone, y'all.
All right, now, about a week before that, remember we had the podcast. I do a podcast also. And her and Crystal was coming on the podcast.
Oh, yes, the podcast.
But it was an issue. I forgot what the issue was, but her and Crystal came over to my house and did the podcast from the house. We usually do it online. And she was sitting next to me. And she kept hitting my leg, right? And I'm sitting, and I'm looking. Like, does she know what she doing? She knows. So I'm still playing it off. I'm playing cool. You know what I mean? But then a week later, you know, throughout that week, I'm in my head. I'm like, I wonder if she was that. And I'm just wondering. And then she turned around and hugged me that evening. I doubt, yep. And let me hang the phone out. And we just started talking from then, and it was on every day after that.
So wait. So then I was working third shift. Remember, I was working 2 jobs then. So I would get off my third shift job and I go to my first shift job. But between times, I had about 20 minutes to get to my other job. And he would make me a cup of tea. Wow. So I'll stop every day and grab the tea and go to work. And it was the sea moss tea. It was a vitality, but it wasn't vitality then. Right. It was just Kamar tea.
Sea moss tea.
And he would have it for me every morning on the curb, drive by, give me my tea. I go to work. I felt amazing at work. And then one day I had some leftover tea and I put it in the refrigerator. And I drank it cold. And I called him. I said, fam, this tea is amazing cold. What we about to do about this?
No, she said you need to bottle this shit up.
Before we knew it, we was bottling up. House of Vitality was created in, and now we got like 20 products.
Wow.
Like,
right after she told me that, it was Rain Truth had a vegan finish. So I bottled up 90 of those teas and sold every tea. And I came home, I told her, I said, hey, look, that's it. That's it, baby. Yeah, that's it. We on.
The Campbells are not excluded from the question.
Absolutely are not. Absolutely not.
I'm gonna let you tell your version.
His and hers version.
Tell your version. No, tell your version. No, we'll tell our version. Somebody grab them.
I'm waiting for
I'm gonna step in like tomorrow if you want.
Check.
He was stalking me on Facebook.
Oh, stalker.
I was having the time of my life. I was out here, okay, doing everything women probably shouldn't be doing. And he was like, you too amazing for all of that. And I gotta have that. And I was like, mind your business. And he was like, you already at Campbell, so come on.
Oh.
I was like, okay. Yeah. We couldn't date because the pandemic was going on. So we decided to create date nights, something similar to this, and bring all of this goodness to different homes. And it kind of blew up for us. We meshed our cooking talents together and revamped Anomaly Catering. And then we went and saw the Goddess of the Midwest and got married. Is that your version?
Exactly.
No notes. No.
What she said.
Okay, so we had two first dates. Our
They're
very
like, okay.
our
you
very
got it, you
first
got
date
it.
was like a lake water, something like that, masked up all the things, even outside, because we were rescue chefs, so we could not afford to get sick. And then our second date was on Hollywood Boulevard in California. That's where he proposed.
Oh,
Nice.
Second date.
Second.
She was like saying,
Stop playing.
He said he was already at Campbell. I mean, look, I mean, our work is already done.
uh-oh, uh-oh. And, well.
Boy,
Then he said, well, since shout out to Lawrence Andrew, who chimed in. He said, beautiful concept. Much love to the Carneys. El Renee said, Lawrence Andrew, isn't it? I love this. Shout out to China to Right for chiming in. Hey, listen, we got this. We're gonna eat and talk and get to know more about how your entrepreneurial concepts have developed. We learned a little bit more about you as couples, and learned about how you all met, and how what I love though is how it was like seamless, like y'all just, yep, she doing this, he doing this, yep, well, here you go. And just ideas falling right into each other. And I'm bringing that to a point because some people be working real hard to make things go together that don't tell them real things.
Never come together.
Come on.
They just never come together.
Putting it in. I'm like, y'all, did y'all hear how sick? Did y'all hear how, let me find it. It was not forced. You understand what I'm saying? And do any of you attribute that to just a spiritual connection? To why do you attribute it to being as easy as it, quote unquote, I'm using the word easy very lightly, okay? As easy as it appeared to be.
I think if you live it right, everything falls into place. That's how God does it, right? So it's supposed to be easy, right? Life is easy. We make it hard.
Life is easy. We make it hard.
I think we're gonna pick up the collection. Like
That was listen, I want people to understand that. And I think that all the time, you know what I mean? But to hear it and see it, manifest is a whole different story. A lot of people think, no, work is hard, marriage is hard, love is hard, and they always use it in a negative connotation. Hard doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't require you to put in the work, but it shouldn't be negative.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? It shouldn't be something that, like, we work hard every day in our businesses with joy in our hearts. You know what I'm saying? Because it's what we love to do, or something that you do what you have to do. But this person that you dedicated your life to and committed to, and you frown your face because you work hard. You know what I'm saying? And it's a negative thing, and I wonder why people think that. And I love to hear y'all talk. Just throw that piece out there. You know, yeah, it's not that. It's not like that. Hard is not a negative thing.
Yeah, I think when you say hard, it becomes hard.
There you go.
That's right.
Right. So if you're not speaking that into existence, it's not hard. Well, if you think about it, and I'm just asking, when you all met each other, you looked at this person and said, I like this person. Can we build something together? Right? And didn't know that it may become business, but it also meant, but it means a family, right? And then the business came after, right? After the love and building a family.
Yeah.
How can we build? Now we got this. How do we build onto it? Right? So that's what I think how it happens. I was married.
And was. And was.
So I think that anything that's easy is not worth that.
That's right. Come on, sir.
I mean, if you got some sweat in the game and it's hard, it means something more value to you. We appreciate it. You know, I mean, that's what marriage is. Marriage is the good times and it's the bad times. I mean, she's with me when I look ugly, and she's gonna be when I look good.
Yeah, yeah.
The parts are like the cornerstones of any building. The cornerstones of any building is always the strong points of the building are the corners. The weak parts are like the center. You know, and I mean, you build a relationship from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you have like a weak foundation, I don't care how strong it's going to be at the top. If it's weak at the bottom, it's going to fall apart.
Yeah. Come on, sir.
So I mean, you gotta put time in. Yeah.
I think also you gotta really want to, because you know when you start out, it's fun and it's exciting and it's sexy and adventurous, and you know it's a point it just turns into like regular life.
Yeah.
And regular life ain't always sexy and adventurous, but you have to really just make a decision that this is the person I chose, and I'm gonna do what it takes to keep it and to grow it and to build upon it. And what you all were saying too about, you were saying like you shouldn't have to force it to fit. You just got to decide that you want it to fit, and then it shouldn't be a force. And we know that you know things are going to be difficult at times. You know, you all know that I recently had a back surgery. It's, you know, one of the most difficult experiences I've had in my life. Okay. And not being able to be my full self physically and emotionally or financially, having somebody who's already really busy. Like, I don't think people really know how busy my husband is. He works at both of our salons. At least one day a week, he's a landlord. So landlord stuff. And then he services 7 different group homes. And then our house and kids. And then still taking care of me like I couldn't move. But he was doing all of that, taking care of all of our financial responsibilities, and still making sure that I was able to get in and out the bathtub and back and forth to the bathroom. Just the physicality, and I ain't no small person, you know what I mean? But just the physicality of it, he was just determined to be the husband that he committed to being. And, you know, sometimes it get on my nerves, but then look at that. I don't think anybody wouldn't trust somebody enough. Anybody else enough to do that. Yeah, but I've learned over and over again in this marriage, but particularly in the last year, that he is exactly who he said he is.
Oh,
That's a blessing.
Anybody else feel free to feel free, please.
You know, you all said something. You know, like I've been married before, and you know, it's a difficult factor that's attached to life, period.
Yeah.
And you know, I love my previous wife. You know, I had children with her. You know, we know love now. As adults, love is a verb. You know, it's what you do to demonstrate that you love the person. It's not just what you say. It's not just little nice little feelings, you know what I mean? But I never liked my other wife. But with Sister Blue, though, I like her.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
All praise. I enjoy her company. I enjoy being with her. I enjoy what God brings out of her in the form of her business, in the form of her artistry. You know, I'm just honored to be with her and claim her as mine, you know. And the chemistry that we had, like we're compatible. You know? She know when to leave me alone. I know when to leave her alone. You know, I know when she cooking and something comes. She about to give birth to something. I can tell. She working on something, and I know how to give her space. She know how to give me my space, and we secure enough with each other that take away from us. You know, and the difficulty factor, like what she was describing. Like I've had health issues. We lost a son. We had some difficult trials that if we didn't love each other, it could have tore us apart.
Yeah.
You know. But when you go through it correctly, you keep God at the center, it make you tighter.
Yeah.
It make us closer. You know what I mean? So I think that's really it. Our compatibility, our chemistry, and the fact that you know what I'm saying makes it a lot better.
What's that? Listen, that is warm my little heart.
Say nothing now.
We all agree.
Real low.
I think that's dope, like, to you like her too? Uh-oh.
I like you.
That's important, like, people get married or commit into these long-term, supposedly, relationships, and then you realize, only in life, bro. I know that story all too well, and my whole heart is jumping up right now because I didn't like him very much. And when you come to realize how important it is, I gotta wake up to you every day, and I have to get up to. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
To know what tomorrow is gonna be like, and not know what tomorrow may offer. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's even coming, that's gotta be important.
Can I add on? I'm sorry.
Please, that's what my here for.
After you become an empty nester, liking your spouse becomes even more important because those kids not there as a buffer no more. So, okay, I should just get this. I love Jesus, but I'm a cousin. You better like that little person because you're all going to be alone there for a long time. So you better really enjoy each other's company because those kids are gone and it's just two of you.
If you're yep, Kristen.
I want to go back to where we was talking about Eve, right? One thing that I like is how, you know, she make me feel like it's easy. The relationship is easy. I can be me. You know what I mean? The stuff that I say on normally, it cracks her up. You know what I mean? It's hilarious to her. So I don't have to try to make her laugh. It's different stuff I do, like we go different places that I plan to go. To me, it's but to her, it's everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy. I don't have to try to make her happy. I don't have to try to do certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like everything, like I said, it just fall in place. Again, life is easy. We making it hard.
So for me, I never looked at the hard times. It was always the good times. So I never saw like what it was going to be like down the road when she got old and gray. As a husband, that's just what I do. I love you just because I love you. You know, and I mean, I just never thought about the time. I was looking at always the good times.
Focus on this whole work.
Yeah, so I would just like to say, It's definitely easy. However, Kamar makes it easy for me to love him because he's a man of his word. And I'm not used to that. I was married once before, very, very young for a long time. And I agree with everything y'all said. I definitely didn't like them. But as a young lady, it's nice to be proposed to, right? And you say yes, and you're really like, eh. But every girl wants that feeling, but it wasn't the right time, it wasn't the right person, and things like that. So this relationship is easy because one, I like him. Now that y'all say that, I do like you. I liked you when I first seen you.
My leg.
But he makes me feel safe. He makes me feel secure. Like I said in the beginning, I started off when I first met him. I was working 2 full-time jobs. I ain't working, y'all.
Come on.
Like we are running our business. You know what I'm saying? And I work when I choose to work. Now, so relationships can very well be easy, and it don't take 20, 30 years, you know what I'm saying, for you to actually fall in love with somebody. You can fall in love as soon as you meet that person. But you have to let it and not force it. And that's why I'm grateful for our relationship, because I can just be me with him as well. Sometimes I can be kind of closed off, and sometimes I can be open, right? But he let me be me. And I don't have to be fake or phony around him. And that's what I appreciate about our relationship. It's super easy, but he definitely get on my nerves sometimes because he's loud. And it's not like loud at 5 p.m., it's loud at 5:48 a.m. So, but yeah.
Shout out to the little short fire
We need this.
Let me see. Miss Jamila Carney. We're gonna take this light thing, put it on that t-shirt. You pack that. You can pack that. Okay. But I think Jamila and I, we live by one rule in our household, especially between us. That is, we don't have any rules. We love each other because of the way we love each other. It took me a minute to understand that. I was always, like when I first met her, I wanted to be up under her like all the time. I gotta be with you wherever you go. You gotta be with me wherever I am. Took a minute to get out of my head. It wasn't being what's the word I'm looking for?
Can you check the
Button, is there a button on that button?
Text the 1, 2,
Thank you.
every. Jamila Carney and I have one rule in our marriage, and that is we don't have any rules.
Yeah.
We love each other just because we love each other. That's what it is in our household. It took a minute for me to become apart from her, not like apart from like just get away from her, but as far as how we live our lives, she does her thing, I do my thing. She had to really get me out of the house. Not that I was an in-house person, but just like get outside and enjoy life. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to not be up under her as far as being, not trusting her or anything. It was just like you have things that you like to do. I have things I like to do. It was always a trusting. We trust each other. That's not an issue. It was just me getting outside, getting to do me. Yeah, just live life. And now that I'm doing that a lot more now, it's bringing us closer together. She, like I said, she does her thing outside, but I do my thing outside. We have a lot of friends, and our compatibility is to me, it gets stronger like every single day. When we're apart, I miss her. Even when we're together, I miss her. That's just how I am. I'm a real romantic type of guy like this. But it's just her. She's real savvy. She's a smart young lady, and she just, I don't know, she makes me feel comfortable. She's very bright. When I don't have the answers, like, she definitely has all the answers.
Not all of them, just most.
92%. But I don't know, that's just what makes me feel comfortable around her because of how she is, you know, how bright she is, and how she can talk about anything. I can talk to her about anything in life, anything from childhood up to adulthood, educational stuff, governmental stuff, whatever topic you pick, you choose. She can talk about it, and it just makes us even closer together like that. But our love, or my love for her, is very strong, and I think she knows that, and I feel that way as far as how she loves me, because she knows I'm a protector, not only just to her but the kids, the family. I mean, you mess with the family, and that's a whole different story. But yeah, but you cross us, it's like you said, it's a whole different story. But yeah, my love for her is just extremely up there.
Oh, thank you, boo. What Theo will not say, but I'll say it. Gat, Theo also had a wife before me. So Theo was married before, and so he came to our relationship with a lot of ideology, looking really for what he didn't get in his first marriage. And so he had all of the things that he wanted out of his first marriage, he wanted to get out of me. And then Theo's a hopeless romantic. So the once upon a time in a land far, far away, right? And so he had this fairy tale idea of what marriage should be, or at least what he thought it was. And here I am, this reckless, loud, rebellious, smart, savvy young lady who was taught, don't take nothing from nobody, get it out the mud, be self-sufficient, and the only entity that you need to rely on is God and God alone. And then get in this relationship with an individual who believes that essentially, and we've had this conversation, we're open book. Me and Mr. Carney offer bootleg marriage counseling for anybody who wants. We're not certified or anything, but we got a few answers. But Theo said to me once, like, I want to be and have to be your everything. And I was like, no, sir, ain't gonna happen. And we worked through that. And I was like, you are your own person. Like, Theo and I were good and grown when we met. We got married a day before I turned 31 years old. Like I say, he had been in a marriage previously. I brought Rashawn to our relationship and Usher to our relationship. So like we had lived experience. But Theo is a protector, he's a provider, he's security, and so that's what he wanted to do. But I really wanted to ensure to provide safe space for Theo to be Theo, apart from Jamila or Usher or Rashawn or Adrian or Keenan. And I'm so excited that he is discovering and enjoying who he is, and him becoming more secure in who he is allows us to be more secure in who we are. And so he be outside. Y'all be seeing him, he be outside now. He be outside now, and I'm excited to have him outside with me, because Lady J. Janae about outside, and one thing she gonna be is outside.
Yes, get to it, because baby, it's getting down. This food is amazing. Like amazing.
We got vegan.
I got a vegan
We got vegan salmon too.
Listen.
It tastes like salmon.
Come on, dude.
Take a double take.
You had a double take,
Take a
listen.
double take.
One more time, can you, and either one, you just kind of lean to the mic, give me a little bit Just tell, so you guys are eating
So
vegan?
we have the alternate dish, which is all vegan, plant-based.
Can you check that, button again to make sure the button, because either that or you're not close enough, Mama, please.
Is it on now?
No. Yep, just get closer for me.
I think you turned it off.
Look.
There we go, thank you.
Okay, so yeah, we have the vegan plant-based plate.
Mhm.
We have the vegan lamb chops, and they're amazing. And we have a pasta. We have spinach and broccoli. I'm not sure what this is. Kamar said it tastes like salmon.
It's
And this is a
plant-based.
what's this one? Salmon croquette.
I'm sorry, let me see.
Not this one.
I know that's right. She said, wait.
Yes, so one is your lamb chop, let me see, that's the salmon.
Salmon croquette.
That's your salmon.
So we also have a vegan salmon croquette, y'all.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Listen now, I need to see that.
Oh,
Listen. Okay,
I've never ate lamb chop.
did somebody roll this pasta?
Yeah.
They did. Wait, did you roll this pasta, chef? It's not. It's not. It's all right. Because listen, so, yes, ma'am, please grab it, Mike. Thank you so much.
Chef and I are trying, emphasis on trying, to step out of the kitchen. So we did have our hands in the mix, but this is our staff. Okay.
What?
Y'all come. What they need y'all for?
And mind you, 80% of our staff is 16 to 19 years old.
Wow.
Melvin, I don't know if y'all can see Mel. Can you wave? Just, yeah. See his screen. Come back on this side. I'm sorry. Just speak your head in.
Now.
He has been with us since he was 13 years old. He is now graduating MATC.
Yeah.
He is headed to be a pilot.
Come on.
He is a pilot. I am so very proud of him. He's graduating high school on the 20th and just set to do big things. So as much as I don't want to lose him, I am so happy for the journey ahead for his life.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Amazing. This is so, okay. I keep leaning over the chef. I keep leaning over like, so am I supposed to do this? Can I pick this up? I can't just pick it up with my fingers. She's like, absolutely not. I'm like, so do I cut this? And she's like, I'm like, am I doing good? She's like, I'm like, please don't grandma pinch me. And y'all know what I mean? The little, please don't grandma pinch me. And the little fatty people part of my, I don't want. And she loves enough to do it.
No. Get the side skin
No.
off.
Well, I think that you was. I think that you was. It's done. What's that? It's done.
I only eat lamb chops once a year, so I got to get the full.
Get it off. Get it
My
off.
grandmother would pinch me if I left meat on the bone.
Well, that's all I'm talking about.
You doing what your grandmama told you. That's right.
Listen, do it.
Honor it.
Right.
Oh my goodness. So I have to ask, what is your least favorite part about working together?
Man, that's a hard question.
Your least favorite.
We got to answer.
I got an answer.
All right, let's go.
We think differently, so we execute differently. And I think for me, that is the most difficult part. Now, I've learned to trust the process. However, I decide I in it very heavily. I be like, you gonna do what and how and why? And in my mind, I got to figure it out on how it should go. And so he does it completely differently than I do. So some things the best thing I can say for us, sometimes to work well together, we just have to work apart. And so he take his task, and do it, and I can't even watch. I take my task, I do it, he can't even watch, and then we present the project. I think that's the least favorite part of working together.
So to add on to what you're saying, I think the beautiful thing about that is that it works. It works. So I think that what I learned in our relationship was trust. Is that I don't argue, I don't fight. I say, as long as it works, I don't care. Do your thing. Let it happen.
I think to add some context to that too, though, when we first started KRS Hair Wax Studio, we started it. It was actually KRS Hair Studio. We started it with Chris. I wasn't even in the industry at all, and so he ran the business for like the first 10-ish years. And then when I kept coming up with ideas, well, go ahead. I got into the industry, and then I came to work there, and then I kept coming up with ideas for growth. And he was like, "I'll tell you what, let's trade hands if you run the business, and I'll work for you," which take a man to do that. So we do execute things differently, but we do because we're in the same place at the same time. We know what the need is.
Right.
What's difficult for me sometimes is like if we fall out, we still got to go to work smiling.
Yeah.
We got to bullshit up on the shelf.
Yeah.
Until you get back home. So that, and then also not letting work overwhelm your home time. So when we come home, we learn that, maybe we'll talk about work for like the first 45 minutes or something like that. And then let's just be wilders after that, because there was a point where work was just taking over work and home.
But that's only during like business hours. Because on the weekends, we don't go on shop.
No, at all. Well, but sometimes when we get out there, so we'll talk about the shop for a little bit, catch up.
Saturday, Tuesday.
Saturday or Tuesday, we don't. Yeah. So yeah, we try to leave it at the door.
I only ask that because a lot of people will assume that we gassing. You know what I'm saying? All this love pouring out. Of course you are.
There are oils. They did not get to open them. So if you need a little oil in your salmon, your chicken, your vegetables, there's oils on the table. There's 4 in each corner. Yep, and it'll just pair well with your veggies. Yep, add a little glaze to your red meats if you're interested. Thank you.
No problem. So there are complementary oils as well that we should be adding to our plates. I'm upset because people when we pause, people be like, "Oh, thanks." No, seriously. Shout out to El Renee said, "I love that you accept her big personality. That can be intimidating to men. She's the queen of outsidington, honey."
Yeah. I sit at the table and look at all the women at the table. Yes, they are the queens of outside, right? The queens of running their life. And the men are the kings of running the life as well. Because you cannot be in a partnership with others. It's beautiful.
Indeed. So, yes, ma'am.
As a response to that, so although my husband and I don't, again, we don't particularly run a business together. One of the hardest parts about being in business for me is I have a tendency sometimes to become very imbalanced, and I can lean all the way into the work, and it begins to start to cause a leak in my duty at home. And my husband, he's so kind. He likes to store information, so he'll let stuff slide, and he'll hold on to it, and he won't say nothing. So he won't say anything like right in the beginning. So I'm thinking I'm good, right? Until something happens, and I'm just all the way off and imbalanced, and then now we got a problem, and now we got to work through it. But I think we're getting better at becoming more vocal in real time about what's going on to catch things before I'm all the way out in these streets.
But I don't think. How did you put it? Your least favorite part? That's kind of funny because probably my least favorite part is the part that balances me. You know what I mean? So, like, my wife is like a classic overthinker. And I'm real succinct in my thinking. I'm real practical. So, me listening to somebody overthink, second guess themselves, you know, to me, that take a lot of patience for me. But it's what balances me, right? You know, so it's like a perfect compatibility, even though because it's my opposite attribute. So my strengths are probably could be considered her weakness and vice versa. You know, her strength could be considered my weakness, but together, us coming together, it works out. You know, so I wouldn't even say my least favorite. I'd probably say her most irritating quality. It's a strength. It's a strength. It's a strength because I don't have it. You know, and I know instances where I need it. You know, so I just want that.
I agree with Lady J, right? And she was talking about how like our methods be different, you know, but the one thing I remind myself is the end is always the same. You know, and like with a lot of the problems I have, like any kind of issues, I ain't even gonna call them problems, right? But I just feel like whenever it's an issue or something, it's not really a problem. I call them good problems because for one, we in business. It's a lot of people that would dream to have the problems that we may be having. You know what I mean? So I tell myself all the time, whenever it's an issue, it's a good problem. You know what I'm saying? It's a good problem. It ain't nothing. You know what I mean? So most of the stuff that bother me or whatever, it's easy to just brush off. It's not a big problem. You know what I mean? And then it's a problem that others wish to have. I could just be sitting on the couch with nothing to do. Both of us looking at each other. We ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
If there could be a question posed, and just the simplest of the answers, if there's one or the other or both or neither, it's fine. Who's the optimist and who's the pessimist?
Theo is definitely the optimist. Believe it or not, I know everybody say that I'm so positive all the time. I have such a positive outlook, but I'm a serial overthinker too. And so I've arrived at this positive outlook because I've thought about all of the negative outlooks that are possible beforehand. But Theo is definitely the optimist. I don't necessarily consider myself a pessimist, but I do consider myself a realist, right? And so Theo thinks that, you know, anything and everything can be done and will be done and it's going to be okay. I think that as well. However, it's going to take a lot of work, grit, commitment, all of the things. And so while Theo, I think, thinks about the end, I think about the in, right? So he thinks about the END of it all, and I'm consumed about the IN of it all. And so sometimes when you're in the thick of it, you just dealing with what is coming, what you got right in front of you, and you can't necessarily see the good, the bad, or the indifferent of it. You just take it for what it is and work through it. Here he go with the microphone.
Please make sure that the microphone is turned on.
Because I'll be turning the microphone.
Now I would just agree to say that I'm all in, to get to the END.
Let's just be clear.
The doors of the church are open.
Now, listen, with Theo is the deacon. Y'all know if I'm the pastor, he's the deacon. So he definitely makes sure that the church is open. He makes sure the pastor got water. He makes sure the pastor got all her Bibles. Like if I am the pastor, he is definitely the deacon. So when he said the doors of the church are open, he mean that because he's the one that opened them.
Anybody else like to respond?
Yeah, I think for us, Chris is definitely maybe the opposite. And kind of like what you said, I said, I'm a classic overthinker. I had somebody tell me one time that my mind is a freeway, and she wasn't wrong. I think in details. And so my spiritual gift is like this, the gift of vision. I can see things in color very vividly in explicit detail. And I think because that's a gift, sometimes it takes me out yonder because I see all the things. And Christians be like, hey, give me the highlights. What I got to do? What time I got to be there? Do I need to bring something? And so he just want to get to the end. But, you know, so I don't know if I'm necessarily a pessimist. It's just that I've thought of every scenario and every possible outcome.
I love it.
Why are you looking at me like that?
But what happened was,
Y'all should know his nickname is Petty C, so go ahead.
and then,
My question is God an optimist or a pessimist? So my faith is with the Lord. So if I send it up to him one time, and I ask him to take care of me, he'll take care of me. Don't worry about it.
So I'm not saying I'm necessarily worried. I'm not necessarily worried about it. I'm thinking about all the steps that I have to do to get there because faith without works is dead.
And God ain't gonna do,
they throwing
and what God is gonna do is something that God has inclined us with power and authority to do.
to execute.
Exodus chapter 14, since we don't throw the Bible on it, they were standing at the Red Sea, and God had already told them, hey, go to the end of the Red Sea. I want you to do this, that, and the other. Like when God gave Moses the vision at the burning bush. But then when Moses was faced with the Red Sea and Pharaoh's army behind him, he went to God and said, hey, God, what is it? God said, I already told you what to do. What you asking me for?
His faith wasn't strong.
Moses' faith wasn't strong.
It wasn't strong. Because had he questioned God, you just supposed to question God. That's why he told Moses. I told you already. No, there is
There is no additional.
I think the overthinker and the optimist go well together, right? Cause see, I'm an overthinker. I think about the steps. You know what I mean? Everything, like I said, our thing is our methods is different where we get to the end side, right? So I'm even thinking of what could happen so I can block what could happen so we can get to the end. You know what I'm saying? But then it's a part also where I start overthinking a lot, and she remind me to like, just relax for a minute, sit down, take a break. You know what I mean? Calm down. Because see, our brain can go with it. Like, that's the issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it's good or bad, something bad could go on and my brain is spiral down. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking of all that could happen or could be. You know what I mean? So I just like to say that I feel like we all need each other, the optimist and the overthinker.
Yeah.
Man, it's a lot of stuff.
it's on.
There's a lot of things going on in my head right now as far as, like I said, with marriage, being married, and I'm just coming up with these simple, I guess, ideologies and fixes. Like marriage is like hours related to sports, any sport. Before a game, you have to have practice. You have to have a plan to beat the other opponent. You know, in marriage, the devil gonna try to take us down. We have to have a plan every day to defeat him. And that's from waking up in the morning, going through the day, at night, and doing it all over again. Sometimes the plans don't work, but like you said, it's the work that you put in it. You know what I mean? So to me, everything is simple. That's just how I think. That's what she said before. But I know every day marriage is not going to be like I said, peaches and cream all the time. But that's just how I look at life. You know, every time I wake up, I thank God every day. I think of my wife, my kids, everything. As long as everything is going smooth, even if it's a rough patch, you have to make it smooth at that moment. You know what I mean? And just keep living life and keep defeating the devil and keep your plans intact. You know, to live on to the next day, live on to the next week, the next month, the next years, and just keep pushing. You know what I mean? So just I think if we all have a plan, a game plan for our marriage, defeat the other team, defeat the devil, and defeat anybody else, whoever tries to come in and destroy your marriage, or as we use as a joke, destroy your marriage. People will try to destroy your marriage. Or what's the other word?
Satellite.
They will satellize your name. They will try to destroy you. That was just-
I seen it.
So,
That's
that's
I love that. So with just to, you know, I'm loving that it's a natural conversation. And believe it or not, we had some questions, and some of the questions are just naturally manifested. The answers are coming right along. You know what I'm saying? So I'm loving that. But I want to ask again another difficult question. When you don't agree in business, how do you resolve that and not bring it home?
Oh, is that what?
Bring it.
And I know that some of you don't work directly in business together. However, you still make decisions, you know, supporting one another. Like this is the decision I want to make regarding the business. And the partner could be like, no, fam. And then, you know what I'm saying? How do you resolve that and then without allowing that to interfere with home?
I'll start.
Thank you. Fleck.
Well, my wife believes that everything that comes out the business goes back into business.
Oh.
Which I learned to understand. I didn't at first, but it makes us more money. But I still feel like I sacrifice a lot. And I believe that all the money shouldn't go into the business. But still, we win at the end. So I really can't trip on none of that. I appreciate her. That's about it.
Anyone else?
It's fine.
Before I start picking on people?
So I think for us, family is our first business. And so that goes ahead of everything. And sometimes when there are decisions that need to be made, and I go to my husband and there's like a disagreement, he doesn't agree. You know, I know I'm pretty good. I know sometimes it just might take some time. But then I know other times it's like a no is a no. And because I value my home and my family as the first business, if he doesn't agree with every major move that I'm making, I'm not gonna make the move. And so it's just that simple for me.
So what we learned to us is that in our business, what stops at the door of our business, it stays at you. We never bring anything personal into our business. And so we work our 8 to 12-hour days, and whatever we're going through, if it's there at the end, we pick it back up. But hopefully it's gone by the end of the day. We don't talk about business at home too much because that's our safe haven. It's only at the shop. What I've learned is that my wife, during this last 10 years, she runs KRS Hair and Wax Studio better than me. Let her have it, as long as it makes money. I don't care. So that's what helps us to go for the next 10 years.
No. Okay, next. Okay, since we all laughing, what's the funniest or most unexpected thing that's ever happened while you were working together?
The funniest or most.
The funniest or most unexpected thing that's ever happened while you were working together. Now, I ain't gonna say it's got to be PG. However, folks is watching. And, well, you know. Anybody? Nobody?
Okay, it's a twist to it. We were working and came outside and our car was gone. We were working and came outside and our car wouldn't start. We were working a wedding and there was no kitchen. They told us we could use the kitchen. We came a couple of hours before the kitchen. There was no kitchen. We were working a wedding and they came off and cut the equipment off while we were in the kitchen cooking. It's funny now. It was not funny. It was not funny while it was going on. But when we got home and we thought about how we persevered and we overcame and we put our ingenuity to work, we laid on that bed and we laughed and we high-fived and we was, boy, you know how to make some shit happen out of nothing. Woman, I love you. You know you're going to figure it out. And so all of those tragedies turned into very funny moments, at least now. They are because they're behind us. So I think that's the beauty of marriage and working together and just trusting that your partner is going to hold you down, whether the stuff flops or, you know. I love that. I love that about it. So that was our funny hee ha ha moment. We do better. Make it a little more convenient for us out here, but yeah, I love you for always making it happen.
We had over the years, and I don't know if y'all know this, but this year will be 20 years we've been in business at Campbell. So we've seen a lot of things happen. Remember the time the ceiling fell down in the bathroom?
Oh.
So above our salon, and we do not own that building, but above our salon, there's a bunch of apartments up there. Ooh, I got another one. There's some apartments up there, right?
That's good.
And they,
That's good.
and I don't know, it was something with the moisture or they overran the bathtub. I don't know what happened. I just know the ceiling came down in that bathroom. And it was like, all right, okay, all right, just let's close the door and get through that. So that was something crazy. Back in the old days when we were still trying to get our money together, the lights got cut off. I mean, but okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
Right.
So I came to work one day and
Backstory. The backstory.
about.
Yeah, and I would take out the trash. Smell.
Oh wait, I'm gonna get there.
Okay.
So I came to work one day and the police were sitting out in front of the salon. So I'm like, dang, what's going on? So I was like, hey, this is my business. Can you tell me what's going on? And okay, maybe I should go back to the backstory.
Yeah, go back to
Okay.
It was your idea.
And our assistant, like, was going out taking out the trash, and it was this crazy smell in the back hallway. And it was like, it just wouldn't go away.
Weeks.
For weeks. It was crazy. So, you know, our place is in a really old building. It's like, okay, the mouse get trapped in the basement or behind the door or whatever. You know, we didn't know. So anyway, fast forward, come to work, the police is sitting outside. I go and ask them, you know, hey, what's going on? This is my business. Is everything okay? And they were like, yeah, the guy upstairs died. And I was like, oh, dark. I was like, which one? And he was like, the big guy, Daryl. Did you know Daryl? I was like, yeah. Now here's the crazy thing about Daryl. Daryl was a porn addict, right?
Oh, wow.
And
porn. Guys, the good porn.
no, and he didn't have the time to go.
Come on,
super
baby.
loud.
Come on. Come on.
Zero was like big as like
Yes.
And he liked to, he liked his paid company. He would have his slave friends. So
White,
crazy,
greasy,
crazy.
blonde hair, stringy, this
I
nasty.
mean,
It's
all the
nasty.
time. So anyway, so I was like, I'm sorry to hear that. And I was like, when did he pass? And he was like, almost 3 months ago. What? And he was like, yeah, he's been up there for a really long time.
They found him butt naked, porn run with an 8-ball and an ashtray.
Wow. Didn't even get to get high real good.
Back.
Identify the body.
Oh, no. The story.
The thing was, when they first started out, just showing me a picture of his face, but he was so decomposed, and he had a very unique body type. So I was like, just put a sheet on him and let me see the body, and then I'll know. And once I saw the body, I was like,
Yeah, that's it.
oh, I couldn't get that thing out of my. And then, with and the paramedics and all the people was trying to get there because the hallway is like the hallway is really skinny. And I'm like, how they gonna get him out of there? Because
Yes.
if he had not decomposed, it probably would have been a bust wall out type of situation. But because he decomposed, he was smaller. And it was just, they was all on top of each other trying to get Gerald out. They put him in the back of an Amazon van.
That's like that.
Oh, yeah. So that was something.
Wow.
Wow.
Great.
That was time to come off at the moor. Somebody fighting for this.
Renovate that upstairs. No more ceiling falls. No more floor. They said they had the biggest spark collection they had ever seen. R.I.P. R.I.P.
R.I.P. there. I don't know, seriously. Yeah, I was pulling the parking lot and then sit in the parking lot and just looked up and Derek was giving a show. Every time. Yes.
And I had the fan running, whether it was what season it was. That corn had
Oh my.
Saturday morning.
Yes.
Well, we be having fun while we be working. Like she be twerking and I be dancing and the music be going. And you know what I mean? We just be having fun while we sharing love while we working. You know what I mean? We put love into the work, right?
That's love. That's love.
We really ain't got no like
It's
funny
coming.
stories.
It's coming.
You know what I mean? Like that. Like, right, ain't nobody died. Like,
It's coming. Listen, no, seriously though, like that, just to hear that alone, like that type of love energy while you guys are creating your products and selling that, like that, people be sleeping on how that energy transfers into the bottles, transfer into the making it, so people consume that. So please don't stop.
turn the kitchen
Turn
to
it
the
up.
club.
That's right.
Turn the kitchen to the club.
Yeah.
It's the energy that you bring to your product.
Yes.
But you know, that's something else too. Like I wanted to talk about that earlier. That's something else where she helped me out at. Cause see, I'll go down there and work. I'll be getting to it, and hours have passed, and and she'll slow me down. Like, hey, chill out a little bit again. You know what I mean? Relax.
Yeah.
Come and eat. Come and drink something.
Right.
I love that. So we got about 20 minutes or so left live. But I'd love to spend this time getting a little bit of advice, looking for some gems to be able to take away, like people that'll watch this later. or the people that are listening now. You know what I mean? Just honestly, you gentlemen and ladies have taken the time on Father's Day to break bread with us. Sit here and share your lives, some of your personal stories about your businesses and about you intimately with people who are nosy, people who are genuinely interested, people who are seeking advice, who are impressed with who you are or who they think you are. So this is a beautiful way for them to kind of get a taste of some of your personalities and to get a little bit of taste of who you are, like for real, for real. So they get it drizzled into whether they think it's, fun and games or not. We sitting here amongst family, amongst friends, and we're really vibing. And as I was told, without the buttons on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Being ourselves. If you could offer, and I'm gonna start with baby. Record. just a little bit, just from sitting here and just your wisdom and your experience, as you and I both have been and are no longer.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, very much so. You know what I'm saying? But the wisdom that you have is respected across the table. You know what I'm saying? Around the world. And to be able to take your guidance and be able to offer up just a little bit of something for those that are listening as well. And to those that are sitting at the table, what offering do you have for us?
The first thing that came to mind was not worry about what other people think. What other people say, what it looks like to them, because in the end game, it's none of their business, right? No matter what it is, whether you are building a couple or you were a couple and it fell away and you got back together and people judging how you do it or how you live, that's none of their business, right? So the main thing is you do you. You do your life together the way you want to do it. Whether you coupled or not, you do your life the way you want to do it. Because this is all we got. I don't know, like some of us got more years behind us, right, than in front of us. Therefore, there's that energy of living your best life right now.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, sir.
Chefs.
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 Notice how I did that with an S? Yeah.
All right.
Whatever you do it for food.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Right.
Good food.
Right.
great.
Yeah. Right.
We can be on 100, and I will say, are you hungry? And 100 will go to 10, and we can work out all the things. So over a good meal, work it out.
Love strong, love deep,
And go home.
and go home.
Yeah.
Please
Always.
go home, okay? It ain't not worth it out here. Go home.
Oh, I like that.
Come on.
Yes, please.
Oh, I was gonna say, be humble with each other, be kind with each other, keep God at the center, So regardless if you a Muslim, a Christian, a Jew, whatever religion you are, whatever God you subscribe to, he comes with a set of principles, right? And whatever y'all believe in, those principles is how you hold each other accountable. You can say, hey, the Bible say this. If you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you can say the Quran say this. We in the nation, she could just say, Mr. Farrakhan said, we don't do that shit. You doing it. I had to submit to it. If we both say we believe in that, you gotta have a set of principles where we can hold each other accountable to. And keep people out your business.
Yeah.
Don't tell your business to people. Because they'll judge you after you forget them. Yeah. Keep people out your business. Keep God first. Keep God at the center.
Okay, well,
Oh,
Sister
my
Blue,
bad.
so I got my own mic.
So that's what you tell me at the poetry scene.
Feel like I got my own mic though. Yes.
Still on the best part. My husband has so much good in him, so many admirable qualities that the things that might be those little minor nuances, they really pale in comparison to the best of him. So my advice would just be settle on the best part of your spouse, your husband, your wife, your partner. And the more you do that, the more of that you bring
Drink your water,
Come on.
do your yoga,
Come on.
mind your business. Drink your water, stay hydrated, stay healthy, stay lubricated, stay flexible, have an ability to always move fluidly, right? That's the drink your water. Do your yoga. Do things that bring you joy.
Right.
And do them with people who bring you joy. And mind your business. Sometimes we choose to make other people's business our business, and when it becomes your business, you now have to mind it. So drink your water, do your yoga, mind your business.
Get water, no plants.
Yeah, drink your water.
I know it's an old cliche, but I like it. I like reading it all the time. To live, love, give and forget. Give and move on. Life is too short. You'll never know when he can take us away at any moment.
Yeah.
I try to live like that every day. I just try to be happy for everybody, everything and everybody. Like I said, I know it may not happen all the time, but at that particular time, I just forgive, forget, and move on. I want to die with a smile on my face. This is going to be one of the reasons why, and other things, my kids, and just life, man, because it's too short. I just want to make the most of it. That's all.
I'm gonna say, get naked and talk about it.
Yes.
I said, get naked and talk. Now let me tell you where I'm going with it. Let me tell y'all where I'm going with it.
Tell them, bro.
Be naked. Let's be vulnerable with each other. Let's talk about who we really are. Let's talk about what really bothers us. Let's be naked. And then let's talk about it. So that way we know how not to hurt each other. We know what makes each other feel better. We know how to get in this relationship now because we know what hurt each other. We know what not. But let's get naked and talk about it.
You like it. I like
Yes, I would say be very transparent in the beginning of what you want out of your mate and what you want for yourself. I've always wanted to be the housewife, right? I don't mind being home, cooking and cleaning, making sure his laundry is done and things like that. But people in my generation, I'm 43, and they think, no, you're supposed to be an independent woman, work 17 jobs, and da-da-da. No, I don't want to be her. But just be very, very transparent in what you want, and hopefully your mate will be able to do the things that you need for you. Yeah. So, yeah, just be open in the beginning.
Let's get it. I would say, be honest and communicate. In this life that we go through, we change from who we were to who we are. And so I think that we need some degree of communications through that role of who we become. Because if you don't have that, we will drift apart. And sometimes I learned that Mama told me way back in the day, she said, son, she said, sometimes the grass ain't green on the side. Sometimes you got to water your own grass.
Yeah.
She said,
Indeed.
So I think we got a lot of really good relationship advice. So I would just say for business specifically, be the very best at what you do. I know that in this new business culture, we want to be an esthetician and be a lash tech and be a, we want to be all these different things, right? And we want to have all these different streams of income, and it's nothing wrong with that. But I think that when you are trying to establish yourself in business, you first have to become an expert in the one thing and become known for that. You are the go-to person for that thing. And only then can you start to expand and add other things to it. And if those other things are kind of in that same lane, then I've become an expert in waxing and a half, and I've become an expert in skincare and a half. And now I'm an expert esthetician, the fullness of that. And now I can brand myself in this new world of mine as a business coach, an entrepreneurial coach, because I have become an expert in these things and built up to that. But when you here, there, and everywhere, you cannot be great.
Come on
You
now.
gotta be great at something before you can be great at everything.
Yes.
Also, be who you say you are.
okay.
If you are an expert esthetician, please be licensed.
Oh, wait.
If you charge a cancellation fee, be your ass there.
Right.
If you charge a late fee, you be on time.
Okay, Kim, let them pay for the rest of it. Thank you for that free 99. KimberlyCarverWilder.com. Come to the internet near you.
Do you hear me?
No,
Yes.
so like for real, and sliding into that, be open to reinventing yourself. Because having been in the game for a very long time, physically, your body may not allow you to continue to do the thing that you love to do, right? And so you have to be open to reinvention unless you're ready to retire. So be open to the possibility of what's next.
I just want to build on that a little bit. Hey, I just want to build on that a little bit. Evolution is great. That's given, right? Like we have to be open to it. Our divine path may change. It don't always stay the same. We may just be on this demonstration here to get this movement started, but we may be called to do something else because somebody else gonna need this message too. That just hit me right there when you said that, because I think about myself with the health and wellness with House of Vitality than the Real OG, because the Real OG is a social media presence. And the Real OG teach OGs how to be real OGs. It teach young brothers how to grow up and to be real men. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nothing wrong with reinventing yourself.
Right. So to bounce up with what you said earlier is that I think that everyone should challenge themselves to search themselves for who you are. I mean, ask yourself, who are you? To search yourself for who you are, your transgressions and all your iniquities. Who are you? I mean, a lot of us don't even know who we are to find out to where you're going.
That could be a pay style.
Yeah, right.
Finding who you are could be a pay style. I said earlier, if you live right, you know what I'm saying, everything falls into place. So that aligns with
We
and
reevaluate.
because I can't physically do my job currently for another probably 10 years, I will be offering business coaching.
Come on now.
I'll be back.
Well, come on. Why not? Yeah.
I was just gonna say, we reevaluate our relationship and our needs, and we like what every quarter, I'm just like, hey, is all of this still working for you, what you asked for, and this, that, yeah, because we are forever evolving, and we're forever evolving and forever switching up what we do in business. So I have to make sure that,
We on the same page.
all the time, because you can be in the same book and on several chapters
Yeah.
away from one another.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out how to be on the same page at all times. I want to look at you and you know what I'm talking about right now across the table, and vice versa. Yeah. Reevaluate your love languages if you must.
You look at me, sir.
You know,
He said, did I miss the look? Did I miss the look?
I think the other thing is that being able, when we do these pivots or these changes that we get older, is that or at least for me, or the thought that I give out is that I gotta leave y'all with something.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach you how to do something.
Yes.
Right? So you can take this on. The torch has to keep going.
Yeah.
Right? And especially when it comes to the excellence that's at this table, like who do we share this with? Even though, because our family, my daughter don't want no part, right? And so, because she has her own path, and I get that. But then who am I teaching? Who am I sharing this with so they can take this on? Who has that same love that I have, that you have, that you have, that you have, Jamila? Like, who is taking that on after we leave? Who are we cultivating as we pivot? And that part of that pivot in that cultivation is teaching, right? It is coaching. It's like, how do we send that energy up to somebody else so they can do it? And we still can make our money, and I don't have to be like hurting myself.
Yeah.
Right? That's the part that I feel that as we get older that we really have to work toward.
Yeah.
Because we can't take it with us.
Yeah.
We just can't.
No.
Right? And we got to give it to somebody.
That's right.
I love that. These are some beautiful hints for legacy, and people misunderstand that. And as entrepreneurs, and just not necessarily as parents, we have to consider who we are as individuals and what our legacies are going to look like. Over the years, what do you leave behind? Who do you hand that to? And with that, I will remake myself in a minute. I've been Patrice Downey, Patrice Walker, and Patrice Green twice. Okay, I'm just saying I started off as Patrice Green, and this is Patrice Green now, and then they're going on. You understand what I'm saying? And us is here again, and it's a beautiful thing to think about that. And being that when I think about children and legacy and what do I leave behind, it's so important to me that I teach, or that I give, or that I'm able to pour in some capacity. So I really resonate with that. You know what I mean? Like, how do I make sure that, you know what I'm saying, even when I'm gone, you know what I'm saying, that the things that I've instilled in somebody or somewhere along the line continues to flourish. And I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I know we stayed away from this topic a little bit, but I got a couple more minutes, and I guess if I really ain't on nobody's no, I'm on y'all time, so I'm gonna respect y'all time. But I know somebody's gonna say they didn't even talk. They didn't even say, well, I'm gonna ask.
You will ask? So the topic was on finances, right? Because we're looking at the environment that we're in right now, because I know that we always think we're abundant, period, right? However, there's some shifts that are happening, right? And then how do we deal with those shifts when this used to look like this up here? This is looking like this right now. So then there's those ideals. How do you cultivate some new ideals to make new things happen, right? To work together in different kind of ways. But then the finances. What happens when the finance is tight? And how do you navigate through that together?
Is that the business or the household?
Business is household too, right? But I would say probably from the aspect, because the business runs into the household. Like things that the money that you make for the business ends up having to be part of the household. So if the ceiling leaks, where the money, right? And so that would be a combination question, but it's the business, right? It's the business runs the finances for the house. So how do you handle that?
I think it's more about communicating. You talk about what business is, you talk about how much money y'all have, and you talk about the profit margin. And then y'all figure out what you may need to cut out your life.
That part.
It's simple.
Yeah.
So basically, no more Pumas. I can't get I can't go and get my hair retwisted every 2 weeks. You know, stuff like that. You have to just reevaluate what's important when it comes down to finances, because we always want to see our account sitting up here.
Right.
And then when it does dwindle down as far as bills, so like the extra stuff, we try to do things that don't involve money.
Okay.
So we don't have to spend money.
So me and her can still have fun.
So we can save and have fun. Naked in the basement.
Right.
Twerking over
It's
it.
free.
Twerking over it.
Over the
Over the
Yeah.
As chief financial officer of Agape Industries and Carney Industries, we ain't got no money. So Theo looks at the business account a lot and be like, ooh, I be like, that ain't our money. That belongs to Agape Yoga Street. He be like, man, you rolling in dough. I'm not rolling in anything, okay? Agape Yoga Street. That's her money. That is not our money. But with that being said, we have done an amazing job, really, as in the business of marriage, of getting our finances and our credit together, which required a lot of sacrifice. It required, we were in one vehicle when the kids were little. I was on the bus because the kids went to school with him. So it was safest for him to drive the car and for me to be on the bus. So there were times where we had to scale back. I am a serial planner. I am a gross overthinker. So we decide on what we want to do, and then we develop our plan to do it. So we don't deny ourselves anything. We may delay, but we do not deny. And then the things that we absolutely have to have in business and in our household, we build that into the budget. So I know Mr. Carney liked to go to the grocery store or to the local Walmart or Myers and get things that are not on the list. And I have not made financial account for the things that he's going to buy, right? But what I do now is I've kind of built in, I've observed his spending habits. I see about how much more he spends than what I think he should, and we've just built that into the budget. On the flip side, when a box comes from Nike or Snickers, he minds his business. So Tycie, just put your Pumas the line item on the budget. And that's how it works. So like I said, and we learned early in our marriage that I was the chief financial officer. I was just better at managing the money. And so he was like, you know what? You do a far better job than me on this. So here you manage the money. So Agape Yoga Street got her own money. We don't talk about Bruno, right? And then we don't deny ourselves anything, although we may have to delay it.
Anybody else here?
We may miss a couple events where we stack more than we spent.
Come on.
I think people, again,
We're students today.
you know what I'm saying? We all in. You know what I'm saying? Learning from one another. You know what I'm saying? And taking the information in. And I'm hopeful that that you have poured out is available for those that are watching. That people be on a rewind. There are plenty of people who got. They're not gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. It's people that got questions about every last person at this table. They want to know all the things and all the stuff. You know what I'm saying? No. The people had the question. Okay. And what you have done is giving them way more, in my personal opinion, way more than they could have ever imagined. They've tasted your personalities, watch you interact with new couples, with couples you've just met, couples that you've been knowing for a long time. And when we say that this table is loaded with prominence, just loaded. You know, and I literally, I was just sitting here a few minutes ago trying not to cry, holding myself into a space, just looking around the room.
I never looked at myself like that.
That's okay. You don't have to, because I have, and
Just
we almost 30 of them, right?
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? Like literally watching you all become who you are today. And this is just the beginning of that. You know what I'm saying? Like we are who our parents never imagined. That.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? Like
make me cry.
it's the truth though. Like seriously, I'm sitting here and I remember when Gat was spitting on the stage, you know what I'm saying, and we was down on the east. You know what I'm saying? And I remember Blue, you know, just all of the coolness. You know, so I'm like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But her wordplay is just undeniable. And how that is manifest in like just a pillar of the community. You know what I'm saying? The way you show up for the people in this community. You know what I'm saying? And the examples that you set. You know what I mean? And the room for growth through all the struggle. You know what I'm saying? Through all the lesson, through all the life. You know what I'm saying? And still present. You know what I'm saying? It's because of you. A lot of people understand what gratitude looks like.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that and I'm coming. So just so y'all know, you know what I'm saying? Just it's coming. It's a thing to know that. And it's time to be able to not necessarily acknowledge yourself, because eventually you're walking in it anyway. So whether you decide to look up and say yeah or no, it doesn't matter, because it is happening. It is what it is. You know, I thank you for your presence, and I thank you for your presence. Follow me? Yes. Mr. and Mrs. Carney. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing, and I'm gonna start with Theo, because baby, listen, I can sing it up and down the halls of the YLA. You know what I'm saying? And just every morning, you know what I'm saying, I just knew that there was going to be, no matter what my day was like, you know what I'm saying, just any second now, here he comes with this good big pick me up. I know it's coming. You know what I'm saying? But to watch you, you know what I'm saying, grow into this beautiful man, amazing father. You know what I'm saying? You always been coach. You know what I'm saying? You always been bruh. You know what I'm saying? But to watch you become, and to like shed away the insecurities, shed away the doubts in self, and to like really look at yourself and see what everybody else is always seeing. You know what I mean? It's dope, Carney. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? And every time I see you coming, it's a smile, because I know that you bringing that. And I love you for that, bro. Like beyond words. You know what I'm saying? And to see like this bouncing sunshine. You know, girl. There are people who could never truly understand who you are as a person, because they are so quick to make a judgment by what they don't understand. They see you coming and you so damn bright, they run.
That's right.
Immediately, because you so big, and there's no need to shut your light down because they scared. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no need to put it down. You see, I always talk about this. All these lights in this room, all the stuff, it just got brighter in here. You know what I'm saying? Don't never put that away for nobody. Always be present. Walk in that. And they'll catch it. They'll catch it. Be outside. You ain't never got to belong to nobody's church, because the church is you.
You are the church.
Because the church. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm sure that you have done more than your part of bringing those who could ever question what the Most High God is doing. You've already brought them to, just like you were supposed to do. And just because your reach will be in places that others could never imagine. You understand what I'm saying? It's been an honor to get to know you the way that I have. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually connected in ways that a lot of people could never even imagine that, like, they see you and be like, oh my God, I see Jamila. Oh my, shut your face, fam. Allow her to be a woman. Allow her to walk in just her being. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to shun her. Allow her to shine. You know what I'm saying? And I thank you for bringing that here to us today and to being available. There's a level of vulnerability that it took for you to do that today. Thank you for doing that today. I'm gonna call you K Beezy for like 2 seconds.
You know me like that. It's okay.
Listen, look, from a young boy into a man, through your ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? But really, like, all jokes aside, you've always been this person. I've been knowing you for a long time. And I promise you, just to see you like this the dude I know. You know, and that says a lot about a lot of people. You know, that says a lot about who you are. You've always shown up just like this. Bold, confident. You know what I'm saying? A real OG. You know what I'm saying? You've always shown up, always willing to impart positive, always willing to be available to help, always willing to find the best way to get something done, the quickest way to get it done, detail oriented. You know what I'm saying? But they're still through all the things. You know what I'm saying? You need to make sure, hey, is this the right move to make? You know what I'm saying? But once you making a move, bro, it's big. And they never no question. And once you catch on to something, you setting it ablaze. Every time. Every time. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to my grandfather drank Vitality. And we know how old school supposed to be like, you know what that is? No, I'm not drinking that. You know what I'm saying? And he loved it. You know what I'm saying? To be able to have that and to be able to see beyond what other people have seen you to people have an idea of who they think Kamar is because who K Bull was. You know what I'm saying? But if they really know you and they've been around and paying attention, I said it before, you've been this dude all our lives. And I thank you for being that. You know what I'm saying? And showing up as genuine as any man I've ever known. Fire, bro. Fire. You understand me? Straight up. The thing, bro. The thing. Miss Tycie, ma'am. Spicy
Tycie is what they call it.
Yes. Listen.
She helped me be who I am.
Woo! That's what I'm saying. Listen, I already know where it comes from. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard it many years over. It takes a good woman, relatively, to bring out the best in a man. Okay? And ma'am, he done showed up. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for being genuinely who you are. You know what I'm saying? For being open and for being bold in that space, to see him for who he was. You know what I'm saying? To see the vision that was greater than just what he had come with, to be able to be, you know what I'm saying, a rib, a support system. You know what I'm saying? And walk in that. And people be mad about their job assignments. You know what I'm saying? You was like, I don't got to be that, what y'all trying to make me be. This is what I was made to be. This is who I was created to be. And you walking in that. You know what I'm saying? That is a great thing. It takes somebody to be able to say, hey, this is a us thing. I got your back. I don't have to walk in the front of you to do this. I don't have to be on this side of you to be seen. You know what I mean? Because the light that I am is going to shine through you. And people going to know that I'm here regardless. You understand what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing to be able to have that and to watch your soul manifest in that way, and to be able to see it from this side and to know y'all just can't stop it. Listen, I wish you all nothing but the most beautiful in life and in business. I can't wait to see what's next. I can't wait to see what's next.
Thank you.
It's an honor to have y'all here.
Hey, friend.
Listen, I'm gonna come back to you. No, I'm gonna come back to you. I'm gonna come here. I'm just right here. Listen, this dynamic duo,
Uh-huh.
you know what I'm saying, shows up obviously like no other.
What's up?
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I would say, well, come on, be able to see two people who didn't even know how much they had in common. You know what I'm saying? Like really, really find themselves in a whirlwind of greatness. You know what I'm saying? Just that push for a woman to have a vision to be not just what everybody was expecting a chef to be in the city, but to be beyond that, to see more and say, my people need more. My people deserve more, and I want to give them that. I want to give them a place to have more. I want to give them the means to have more, the access and the resources to have more, because not just because they deserve it, because it's just naturally who they are.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That type of dope stuff is just unprecedented. You know what I'm saying? And I'm even gonna tell you how it didn't take brother to realize that, yup, me and you immediately. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That type, what you said right now. You know what I'm saying? That's God in my mind. You know what I'm saying? He was on his heels, and God was like, her, bro. Her. He was like, this one, her, bro. And he was like, anyway, you know what I'm saying? And to make it happen, I've seen you guys work together, and every time I see you guys work together, I'm just amazed. It takes my breath away. You know what I'm saying? To watch you go from husband and wife to yes, chef, no chef. To watch in the space of whatever says when you welcome in, you know, your family, you got your arms around your family, you want to see what's best for your children, and then right back into yes, chef, no chef.
It make me say, on the way, chef.
You know what I'm saying? On the way, chef. People see that, and we think it's not just an admiration. You know what I'm saying? It's not just admiration. They long for it. How could you not? You know what I'm saying? When it's something that good just oozing up off you, I'm gonna say too.
That's right.
That's why we sit at the damn table.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If you sit with plate. You know what I'm saying? It's the thing. You know what I'm saying? But to see you as individuals, though, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's a good thing that people get a chance to hear you talk as men and women.
Yeah.
Because it is always yes, chef. When people see you, when they already got your coat on, automatically you only got no coat on, you got your coat on.
Yeah.
And people always see like you can be anomaly.
Yeah.
Anomalous. You know what I'm saying? You can be inked out black. You know what I'm saying? And not have to be chef. You know what I'm saying? And that there's a downtime for you, and that you get to enjoy life too. You know what I'm saying? And that people can learn to see you as not just this grandiose, you know, celebrity chef duo, because that's what it is.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But and more than just who you are individually. You know what I'm saying? But you're people. You know what I'm saying? And you have needs and wants and desires and dreams and visions and hopes. You know what I'm saying? And you want to do more all the time. That's not a bad thing ever. Ever. It may seem uncommon because so many people around you be settled in their stuff. But that's because you just change the people that you're around. Because these people ain't settled about nothing. You know what I'm saying? They see more, they see great, they see next level, they breathe it.
Right.
So it's dope that y'all know what to do. Y'all surrounding yourselves without nobody even having to tell you. Like, nope, I need to change my pints to gallons. If you understand the pour out.
Yeah.
You understand it? If you understand the pour out.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you for thinking of this. Thank you for being here emotionally and mentally.
Yes.
For having the capacity to allow it to manifest. Thank you.
So,
Listen, Wilders. I'm gonna give it short, but powerful. Just the other day, Chris showed up at the door and said, after I had a prayer, I was walking through the house, walking through this building, praying up and down. And then I got home, and Chris was like, hey, so, and everything that I had just talked about. But it's always like that with him. Like it's always like that with him. One of the wisest men I've ever known. Like, I know lots of people, and they be
Chatting, as kids say.
chatting. You know what I'm saying? But you're one of the wisest men I've ever known. And even in your firmness, you're kind. You know what I mean? Even when you got, as they say, the hand of God going. You know what I'm saying? It's with love. You know what I mean? And it's just so magnificent to see. And you have this regalness about you. And it's an honor to be to call you brother. It's an honor to know you. To
Honor to meet you, brother.
thank you.
to be a part of that energy, to share that. You know what I'm saying? And the way you found see, I gotta do all this.
It's like that sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? The way you found this, you know what I'm saying? To not just in life, but to love on self.
Yeah.
It's just unmatched. And it's from what I've seen. Maybe somebody else doing it. I don't know them yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna knock it. I don't know them yet. You know what I'm saying? And when I look at this table and we talking 30 of them right there. You know what I'm saying? We are your grandparents, that's something that they did. You know what I'm saying? And something that we aspired to when you was little. They say, you looking for me, my now? Well, just hate me, my now. You know what I'm saying? We know what forever look like, and this is that. You know what I'm saying? Kimberly.
Wow.
You understand?
Yeah.
To see you. Dude, I don't, sometimes I don't have the words. Sometimes I don't have the words. Because you're so cold, sis. Like you're so cold. It is. And the confirmation is wrong. You're so cold at what you've taken in, decided to do. You said it earlier. If you're gonna do something to be the best at it, Google her. I'ma just say Booker. Google her. You know what I'm saying? Booker. You know what I'm saying? If you are looking for the best in this lane, maybe that's it. You know what I'm saying? If you are looking for the best, and this is it. You know what I'm saying? And when you set your mind and your heart to something, if it's good, it's done twice. You know what I'm saying? Once in the mind when you're trying to sort it all out together, and then the next time when it manifests. You know what I'm saying? It's done twice. Nobody has a vision like you do. Don't ever run away from that. Nobody picks apart the things like you see it, like you said that. Full-blown color, sit back, arms rolled up, and then all the little things in the pops and faces is happening. And then to take that and make it tangible. Never seen it done like that. Like, seriously, it's an honor to create with you and to build with you in every aspect that we have ever. To sit and listen to that mind of yours just twinkle or sing a song for 10. You know what I'm saying? The music repertoire but how you speak in music. Like it's a thing. You know what I'm saying? To watch you mother is a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, and it's not just about the friendships that you have established with your daughters, but how you molded them into becoming these amazing women. So,
Yeah. Inspired.
why? You know what I'm saying? Graceful, elegant. You know what I'm saying? Embodied. Did I tell you the time that Kim jumped in the car and chased me? I didn't tell you. We'll talk about that another time. You know what I'm saying? Embodied. You know what I'm saying? The next phase of your journey, I know that life is throwing you some monkey wrenches, like curve balls hard. You know what I'm saying? And they got you kneeling. That's a kneel. That's a kneel. You know what I'm saying? But this next phase, I can't even fathom it because I know it's gonna be done. But it's gonna be 10 times bigger than where you are now. And because in your mind it's got to be. You thinking legacy, it's got to be. You know what I'm saying? And to watch you embrace that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we've been doing this for so long. But this next phase, knocked out the park already. And I can't wait to be a part of that. This is my guru.
No. Let me say this. I'm gonna say this about her.
Oh, yeah. Just did a.
Oh, it's dead.
Switch my.
She
It's
has
dead.
sat
It's
here.
dead.
Boop,
Here you can have mine.
boop. It's on. Boop, boop.
This on.
She has sat here and just did a fucking reading.
Yes.
It's not what I did.
She has just done a reading that was so spirit filled and led.
Stop that. Well, teach me then. You can rap on me.
But I mean, she couldn't even stop it. Right? It just ran straight through her. She made sure she hit every last one, right? And everybody tears full, eyes full, right? She ain't gonna get to me. But all I want to say is, I'm gonna do Patrice.
Do me then.
Do her.
All right. Do me. You said do her.
Don't get it. And it ain't no after party.
And that ain't.
And no doubt. So when I met Patrice, they were a band,
Right.
a musical band.
Right.
And I used to make clothing for the band.
Yes.
Yes. With her mom, and there was one other young lady. I can't think of her name right now, but they were all in this band together. And that's where I met Patrice.
It is.
Right? And then over time, Patrice would go, Angela, I need help with this. I need help with that. But I would be like, why? You don't need any help. Right? You just need to trust in yourself. You just need to make the moves. You just need to do this. You just need to go and step out.
Yeah.
Right? And then we step out and do the thing.
Come on now.
Right? And do the thing. And then do the other thing. And do the next thing. And do the thing. And then go, I'm scared. And then do the thing. Right? And so just like you, because I don't know everybody at the table. Right? I just don't. But I know who I know. Right? And I know you and not even, we never met. But I know you. Right, Jamila? And so, and I know Kamar, but never met him. I mean, I met you, but never really met you. I knew you were the sea moss man.
So that's it. I did my job.
And that's enough, right? Because you put something in my brain that I remember, right? And that's what all of us, what all of you have done is put something in the world's brain that they remember, right? And that right in itself is legacy, all of its own. So to watch Patrice go from where she was to where she is now. However, you don't want me to read.
You traveled this journey with all of us.
With all of you, right? And all of us, right? And the beautiful part is she's still traveling and not even realize she's traveling. Right? Because we are like these space travelers. We only here for a little while. we're gonna go back up into the planet and come back down again and do this traveling thing again, and we're gonna do it better.
That's right.
Right? So while we're here, let's really get it in.
That's
Let's
right.
do it real good. Right? And so to continually watch everyone that I know at the table grow, particularly, boom, boom, boom. These three, I know y'all. I know y'all good, right? To watch how you have grown women-wise and then grown business-wise. It's just beautiful thing. And I just sit back and look, right? I'm famous for this thing I always say. I'm gonna just sit back and watch. Right? I'm gonna just sit back and watch. I ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't saying nothing. I'm gonna just sit back and watch it all. And now I get to sit back and watch all of y'all, right? And just see how you have grown. Blake too. Because I remember when I first met Blake. I was like, this baby. Too much. Right? But here he is. And even just listen to him how he talked about the growth between the two of y'all, I was just like, Blake sounds different. Right? You sound different. Right? You sound so mellowed out, like that grown. I've been in this for a while. Energy. I'm here, right? And that's a beautiful thing. So I'm super grateful for being at the table because I kept going, I'm married. I'm not the person to be talking about this, right? But I get it, right? I get it. Because I love y'all. And I appreciate being here. And the honor to be here with you all. And you give me hope, even though I don't want that piece of hope.
Somebody will be lucky.
No, I don't want it. If you got a motorcycle, that's different. So if I know anybody with a motorcycle. But other than that, I'm for real. Like, I'm so honored to be here. I'm so honored to be able to watch how everyone has pivoted and a lot of times shift to the next place they had to go, great or small, setbacks and move forward again, and then take 5 steps forward to only go back 10 steps again, right? And do it with such grace and honor. And really, because I keep always going back to, because people need to mind their fucking business, right? As they try to watch and decipher your back and forths. I mean, all of us, they sit back and watch your back and forths, right? And they count.
Yes, they do.
I'm gonna make you misstep. You're gonna miscount. You're not gonna know, right? You're gonna miscount this because you're discounting, right? You're discounting everybody at this table when you miscount. But go ahead, right? And so for anybody else that's moving forward, that's listening, that wants to move forward, hey, I'm your coach. Right? But do your thing. Do what you need to do for your life. So I appreciate it again. I know I'm trying to avoid
No,
you.
you don't. You're doing this fast for the same thing.
So thank you. I love you. I love you.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just want to say thank you for like everything. But you know what that is. Yeah. So that's the short end of all of that. But all of this, she know exactly what I mean. But y'all know that. Indeed, it's been a pleasure to be here with y'all. I know we've kept y'all a little bit over. We apologize for your time. Definitely respect your time. And just thank you for being here today.
Talk about stuff.
We're definitely here for that. There's no need to rush up out of this space because who's gonna put me out? Exactly. So we're gonna let the people on the internet get enough. They got enough. They're not like 80 and look at. I love this was so good. Hey y'all. Hey, this is beautiful. I'm sorry I couldn't tune in earlier. Run it back, Jolie. Hey. Y'all, everybody look at the screen. Say hello. Wait. As we get ready to get out of here, we're gonna have some private time and enjoy our what is it called? The knot. Our desserts. Yes, we're gonna tie the knot.
And it's not an after party.
This no baby oil here. Palm oil, but it's not baby oil. It's not the same. It's pretty close. It is. I'm just saying. Please do not forget to support these businesses. Do not forget to follow them because if you know me, that the links and their names are tagged and everything. follow them, learn about what they got going on. I know Sister Blue is opening up Alamo on what day again, sis? The 24th, which is next week Tuesday, not this Tuesday right here, but next week Tuesday. Make sure you come on out and get it in. If you are looking to learn more about these businesses, their links are available on every post that has been made about this particular broadcast. Please watch it again several times. It's available. We love y'all. Make sure y'all show these people some love, and we're gonna get up out of here and enjoy ourselves tonight. Say
Thank
bye.
y'all. Peace. For our guests, for our staff, Theo mind tipping, they did a wonderful job. Worked hard all day on Father's Day. So
It is Father's Day.
Appreciate that, y'all. Thank y'all.
How do they take,
We definitely will give them a tip. Don't walk in our alleys on 12th and Key.
Period.
I don't know if they can hear me. I do want to say thank you to our staff.
I have it on right now.
For everything that we do. I love y'all so much. Oh man, Naomi, Rich, Melvin,
Shout them out.
Angela,
Shout them out.
Phil, baby Campbell growing up in the business. We got Corian, we have Noah.
Where the tip jar?
Ishmael and Tom. Oh my God, am I missing anyone? Latanya, and everybody else that just has hands in an applicator. And thank y'all so much for coming. I really appreciate you. If you're interested, we do have dessert in this call. If not, it will come out. Help yourself to more drinks. And thank you for being here.
And thank you, Miss Courtney. Don't forget Miss Courtney.
Oh, Miss
I got it.
Thank you so much. Mama Zakia for loving on me, for taking time away from your husband to come help us facilitate this piece. Thank you, Tycie.